Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite model, Nikki 3 times. Hello, hello, hello. So today I'm gonna go over what's it like being a bottle girl, how did I get the job, like what's it like actually working as a bottle girl and things like that, and while I'm doing my makeup so you can see how I look right before I go to work. And this is the look I came up with today. It's not too much, it's just a little fun, little pop of color. I usually don't like wearing heavy lipsticks, but I thought the gloss would be good for it today. But if you love this look and would like to hear more about how to become a bottle girl, then please stay tuned. Okay. First things first, I've already moisturized my skin. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. primer to prime my skin. Now, if I don't say the product, I'm going to list it below because it's going to be hard to talk and explain things, with and describing what I'm using. So, how to become a bottle girl is usually the first question I get. How'd you get your job? Do you like it? I want to become one and everything like that. Well, first, if you live in like a major city, like I'm here in Atlanta, so it's a big strip club scene, it's a big club scene, then it'll be more competitive, but more opportunities for you to find a job. And with that being said, it's like you either want to look on their Instagram for castings or use Craigslist. Craigslist will usually have something, but you have to stay on it to see when they're hiring. Or you can always contact them, call them, DM them, or my favorite, show up in person. So say you did get in contact with the club and they're like, okay, come in for an interview. The one thing you want to make sure you have is your resume attached with your picture. Now, on your resume, you want to make sure that you're showing your customer service jobs more than anything. So if you have a bunch of jobs that don't really have customer service, just list one of them and then just focus more on the customer service job, because waitressing and bottle service is 100% customer service. Now, your picture should be a good representation of you, how you look now, how you look with makeup, polished, hair together, everything, because they're probably going to interview, up to 100 girls depending on what club you're going to go for, and they want to remember you. And if they like, oh well, I don't think she's going to look the part, or they kind of remember you from your picture. So make sure it looks, somewhat like you, how you walk in the door. And I had a full body picture because they also, want to look at, it's going to be hard to remember how each girl looks. So you want to just remind them how good you look, so how good you look in the uniform and things like that. But once you're there at the interview, make sure you wear something that flatters your assets. Now, like me, I'm not a big chested person, so I usually focus more on my butt or like more on my shape than my boobs, because I really don't have that many. Have that much. So just focus on something that you feel most confident in and something that flatters your shape the best, because not all uniforms will be the same. Some uniforms are more custom to, what you like to show off or what you're more comfortable with showing off. So, like for me, I wore a, like one of my interviews, I wore a jumpsuit, but the sides were cut out just to kind of show some shape, show some sexiness, something that made me feel comfortable, because if you don't look confident, honey, they'll see right through you. And that's usually the best thing, because confidence is key. So, and make sure your Instagram is popping. Like, make sure your recent pictures are pretty. Make sure that they aren't too, I'm not going to say controversial, but just show the best of you. Like, if it look like your page is all about you and drama, then they go through that. Like, they're not going to want to work with you if all you talk about is fighting people and, you don't really have a happy Instagram, because when you're working with your customers and you're giving out your Instagram, they're going to see that as well. So they also, you know, want to see the good side of you, because that's a liability if you're so, you know, drama prone and things like that. So you might want to consider cleaning up your page. Maybe if like eat a little bit cleaner before then, so you know you're not bloated, or you just show like the best of yourself. And make sure your hair is done. Don't just show up looking crazy, hair in a bun. This is a cute bun now, don't get me wrong. I'm saying like, you know, like you just woke up out of bed like, oh, let me drop my resume off and go, because they're looking at everything. Your looks are first. Regardless of what your resume says, how you look is the #1 eye catcher. And then, so say you are hired. Congratulations, you're now a waitress or a body girl. I mean, you know what I mean, a bottle girl. So once you're a bottle girl, your first day, you're probably gonna be working like you're gonna come in like an hour early. So most clubs here in Atlanta open at 10, so you're probably gonna be there at 9, setting up, cleaning things, making sure everything's ready. Now this is the part where you depending on the club. Now some clubs have everything ready for you. Just come, look cute, and go right ahead. But some clubs, you know, their staff is a little smaller, so you may have to clean the tables, you may have to set up cups, help the bartender set up the bar. So this is where they're going to see more of your work ethic, and they're going to want to make sure, you know, you're hardworking, you're showing up on time, and things like that. So once you do that, and then what happens? Sorry. Once you do that, and then the night starts. But the good things about being a bottle girl is that you meet a lot of people, and you can meet people that will change your life. You can meet new friends. Like, it's hard for me to meet like new girlfriends because it's kind of a tight-knit scene here in Atlanta, but you will meet a lot of people, and then some of your waitress mates are actually pretty cool. And you know, once you start hanging out with them or just getting to know them, you will see if you like them or not, or hang out. Like, it's some of the girls I've met, we still hang out. Like, we party together outside of the club, we talk, we text, have girls night. So it is a big opportunity for you to blossom out and meet new friends. And like me, I model, so it's a great opportunity for me to meet, you know, other rappers, directors, actors, like just people who, or even designers, clothing designers. It's a lot of people that's out there that, you know, likes a pretty face. So always make sure you're happy, you're smiling, you're introducing yourself, you know, that your customer knows your name. That way they can come back, they can ask for you, and, you know, you can book your own sections. And that always looks good to the company as well, because you're making them money and you're showing them that, you know, you can keep a customer and keep a client and build those relationships. Because now when they say if they come with their friends, now that, you know, they had a great time, you showed them a great time, now they want to do their birthday party there. They want to book you for their magazine launch, and they may even want to feature you in that magazine. You really never know what type of connects you make. So always make sure you put your best foot forward. And yes, you're gonna run into some issues, but at the end of the day, you're there to make money and keep it as such. So I'm just working this purple color into my crease, and look, we get all blended out. But another good thing is the money. Now you're making fast money. Some nights it could be slow depending on where you work, and some nights you can make $500 to $1,000. It just depends on the night. And you just have to be responsible and realize that every weekend is not going to be, you know, the $1,000 night type deal. And usually, clubs here in Atlanta go Monday through Sunday, But I usually try to work Wednesday through Sunday or Thursday through Sunday. Somewhere more towards the end of the week. That way I have a break, you know, so I can get things done or sleep or things like that. But yeah, just be more responsible with your money. Pay your bills first. All of your bills first. Pay your savings account. And then go shopping or do whatever you want. Because when the nights get slow, honey, you're going to be wishing that you saved a few of your coins. And just have fun. Like, the job is really fun. Like, you can make it how you want to. But I've only had mostly good experiences. I you know, everything is a learning experience. So just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Don't steal. They're gonna see. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. So, and there's people watching that you don't even think is watching you. You know, be honest. People love honesty. And if you're wrong, just say you're wrong. Like, it's easier to like overcome or make things right when you're like, okay, I didn't miscount this, or okay, I didn't know I said this, you know, something like that. It's easier to go from there than you sitting there arguing with the customer right then and there. And then one tip, some clubs, like, you can keep your money to the end of the night and then you give back what you owe. And then some clubs, like, once you put in an order, you can have the money. The tip I've learned is get your money first, regardless of any situation. When someone orders a drink, you say they order 2 Hennessy's and Cokes. You get your $24 or however much it is. Get that money first, because you don't want to get the order and you're walking around, they're drunk, you're trying to find them, you're trying to go see where they are, because sometimes, girl, they be leaving on you, and depending on the club, that comes out of your pocket. So get your money first. If they say they want to pay later or something, it's up to you. I say no, we don't do it. I don't do it like that, you know. Or I'll like when it's food, when I bring them their food, I tell them pay for their food when I bring it to them, because sometimes food don't come how they like it, but a drink is a drink. But yeah. Just make sure you get your money first, because you don't want to lose money coming into a club because you just didn't know. And that happens. Trust me, I've had customers walk out on $50 tabs. So it sucks. Don't get me wrong, but lesson learned. And if someone's really, really drunk, you guys, just be cautious of that, because sometimes they've had like bad experiences with waitresses, like some girls being grimy and things, and they assume that you just tried to steal their money. Like, oh, you know, they were too drunk to swipe their card. Just, you know, take it case by case. And then don't worry, there are cameras to prove your story too. So, ooh, it's the wrong color. But yeah. And always try to upsell. Try to sell the bottles. That's where you're going to make your money. Bottles. And because you get a percentage of the bottle you sold. So the more bottles, the more money, the quicker. And just be nice. Always have a smile. The bad things about the club scene are, what I've experienced is usually like a jealous girlfriend. Like, they are really real. Like, sometimes, like, when you bring your bottle out, you're supposed to make everyone's drinks. And I've had girls say, like, no, I make my man's drink. You're not going to make my man his drink. And I'd be like, okay, girl, you got it. Like, does anybody else want a drink? Like, but just try to keep it professional. Just say, okay, no problem. You know, pass her the bottle or whatever. Serve the girls first, so they don't feel some type. Well, I serve whoever paid for the bottle first. Then I serve the next girl that's next to them, unless they say otherwise. Anything, the cons about, I guess, being a bottle girl is the money. You just never know when it's there or not. And, you know, sometimes that can be a hassle. What else? Staying up late. Or if you have a drinking problem, I wouldn't suggest you drink that often. Like with me, I like to have a shot or two sometimes, and then I'm good to go for the rest of the night. But I have seen waitresses, because sometimes your customers want you to take shots with them. So just keep in mind that you got to count your money at the end of the night and be aware of your money. So if you get too drunk to where you can't count your money, and you don't have really good friends that will help you, girl, they will steal from you, and you just don't want that. You know, you don't even want to put yourself in that situation, because this happened to me before, and you know, I'm not a thief, but I've had to count my coworker's money to make sure she had it all, or to make sure, you know, just to count it out what was due at the end of the night. So that's happened. And so just try to pace yourself. And if you have one of those customers that's like, please take this shot, Nikki, take this shot, I'm like, look, I'll take half now, half later, or mix it. Get people to buy you drinks. Like, some clubs will give you your own drinks, but get them to buy your drink. That way they're spending more money. And when they're having a good time, they're talking to you, you know, that's more money for you. Like, finesse it, honey. You got to get your coins. And don't feel pressure, like, to give your number out. Don't feel pressure to, like, feel like you have to be with that person. Like, if you want to cut it right then and there, like, not have any type of conversation, then that's up to you. Like, oh, I got to go check another table. That's always my excuse to go leave when I think it's getting a little, but you don't have to go home with them at the end of the night. And if you feel uncomfortable, always have security, you know, walk you to your car. Or, you know, don't go to your car by yourself if you don't feel comfortable. But this looks a little light, but it's not. I promise you, it's the lights. They're really, really bright. But let me turn it down. Ooh, this one down. Okay, it's a little better. Oh, not really. Maybe this one's uneven. Okay. But, yeah, be nice. Always throw out your Instagram. Like, oh, you know, if you want to book a section, you can hit me through here, or contact the club and just request me, things like that. Like, don't feel pressure. Don't ever feel pressure to have to give out your personal information and, or anything like that, because most of the time they're drunk anyway. So it's like, they really don't know what they're doing, or they're feeling themselves a little too much. So, you know, and keep in mind that these people are drunk. Like, so if you're sober and they're telling you that they gave you the money when you know they didn't, like, you don't have to accept it. You can just say, you know, we can roll the tapes back, you know, things like that. But arguing with them is not going to be the best bet, because it looks bad on you, because all they see is you yelling at somebody. They don't see, like, someone's coming at you. And if they are, girl, grab security. Kick them out. Like, especially if they get really inappropriate with you. I've had people try to grab me or things like that. Like, once you tell them no and they still continue, go grab security. Like, it's not that. Don't ever feel pressure to be felt on, or just pressure, period, to do anything you don't want to do. Like, it's not a strip club. You don't have to dance for them. You don't have to do any of that. Your job is to serve them drinks, pretty much. That is your job. And keep the tables clean, you know, things like that. But that is your main priority, not anyone else's. If they ask you to dance and you don't want to dance, just say, hey, you know, I don't dance. It's not the right club for you. And just move on. Like, they'll be all right. What else? When I do my makeup for the club, I usually just focus more on the eyes, because they're usually like staring into your soul sometimes. Especially when they're drunk, they're like, you just like, okay. But I like to do like glitter eyes or smoky eyes, something that's more sexy, but not too like, not too harsh, but just you look like you, just better, like clean. And when I don't really wear colored lipstick, I like to do a gloss because you're speaking a lot, you're running around, and you want to make sure your lips stay okay. Like you don't want to have a colored lip gloss, a colored lipstick, and then halfway through the night it's like missing or anything like that. Like you want to make sure your lips look good. So either you can put like a pencil down first, or just put like the same color pencil down. That way if it does wear off, it's not like dramatic. And just give your customer like a good experience. That way they can come back and you can be famous like Bernice Burgos. That's what I look up to when it comes to why does it look like so much? That's who I look up to when it comes to being a bottle girl, even though she doesn't do it anymore, but that was my girl. But yeah, just be yourself. It's fun. Don't put that much pressure on you. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Just have fun. Take lots and lots of pictures, because people, when they go on your page, they want to see you and they want to feel like they know you a little bit. So just make it fun. Like, I do some drinking games with my customers depending on the day or if it's slow. That way, you know, their attention is having fun. They're having a good time. And ask them what their favorite drinks are. Like, they'll ask you sometimes, and then you can just talk like that. Like, it's pretty cool. One of my favorite jobs I've had. And then you get to do your makeup and look cute at the end of the night. Like, who doesn't want to just do your makeup, you know, and show up to work? Like, your job is to be cute. That's pretty much why you're there, to give them a really good experience. Because while you're there, I guarantee you, you're like their whole world. Like, they feel like they most connected with you. They feel like, you know, they're having a great time because of you. Just because, you know, you making them feel special. That's more with bottle service. Now, when you're just a regular waitress, you're just going to be like serving individual people drinks. And that's already a job in itself. Like I said, get your money so you don't get confused. Because say someone pays you, right? And you have a hard time finding them. Girl, they gonna find you. When they bought something and they're looking for their drink, they're gonna find you. Trust me. But when they don't pay you, you can be walking around the whole club. Like, my club I used to work at had 4 sections. It was the first floor, the second floor, the patio, and upstairs. Like, I mean, like, in a mess. So I'm running around the whole club looking for this person, and I couldn't find them. Then the same thing happened, but I got the money up front. 5 minutes went by with me looking for them. They looking for me. Like, you have my drink? I'm like, here you go. I was looking for you. But yeah, because when they're in a section, they're not moving. So they just probably switching seats, but they're not like, you know, moving around the club. But when you're doing regular waitressing and you're just taking straight orders, then get your money first. And you also want to find like affordable products that you do like your work makeup with, because it can get expensive. Like, I usually don't wear my makeup every day, like during the day. So I usually only wear makeup when I'm going to the club, or, you know, it's more going out thing. So I went and bought a lot of e.l.f. products, and like, especially for my foundation, I use a cheaper one that's matte. Make sure it's matte, because it's going to be hot. You're going to be running around, and you don't want to have a sweaty face when they put you on Snapchat, girl. You got to look cute for them Snapchats, because they come out quick in your face. But you just want to make sure that your makeup looks great. Look, if you got the coins to be wearing Chanel every day, then by all means, do you. But I usually use like my e.l.f. foundation, or I just bought this Clinique one, and I've been liking so far. But I usually wear Lancome, and I be so hurt when my Lancome is gone. I hate when I have to use it just for the club, but those were special nights, you know. And you do get to meet celebrities, you get to meet artists, actors, people who you really don't run into. And this is the time where they speak to you. Like, you get to talk to them, take pictures with them. You know, you don't, without looking stalkerish or anything like that. But I usually do like a nude gloss or something. Something like, you know. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, something simple like that. Oh, but hope I answered all of you guys' questions. If you have any more for me, then please comment below, write them down so I can see them and answer them for you. And I don't wear lashes usually because my lashes are really, really long and very curly, and it's hard for me to put the lashes on top. Because what I'll end up doing is, since my lashes curl backwards, some of them, like especially like in the front, I would put the lash on top of it. So it would be like my lashes are pushed backwards in between the fake lash. So I just put on some mascara and call it day. But every now and again, I can put the lash on. It's just, most of the time I can't. So I don't even bother, especially when I'm running late. And just make sure you look cute from head to toe. You know, have your earrings on, your highlight popping, sparkly things, things that fit you well, you know. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, okay. But thank you guys for coming back to my channel. I hope you liked it. And like I said, if you had any more questions or comments about being a bottle girl, just let me know. And be sure to watch my other videos. Time to go to work. I'll see you guys soon.